The NBA Finals are nearly upon us. They're a couple of days away now. So with that being said, today we bring you 5 reasons why the Boston Celtics can win the NBA Finals. And we're going to go through all of these in depth, so make sure you stick around for the full video. But it is time for the Jays to get their first NBA ring. They definitely have some help. This is one of the greatest teams of all time, according to the net rating. But Joe Mazzulla is going to have his hands full when it comes to stopping the tag team duo of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving that has terrorized the Western Conference this year in the NBA Finals, or in the NBA playoffs, making the best defense in the league look like a YMCA group. Now, the Celtics have an offense that they run called 5 Out, and it's pretty much cheese. It's 5 out. It's perfect for them. They've got Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, 2 elite slashers, and then they got the best three-point shooting team in the league around them. Right here, as you can see, everybody has to be worried about a three-point shooter with Derek White, Drew Holiday, Al Horford all close to 40%, so they're sticking with them on the three-point line. Jaylen Brown's going one-on-one, and he's just getting to work. So is Drew Holiday right here. Ben Shepherd, they abused him all series long. They have 5 ISO scores, which they will really use to their advantage. And really, Peyton Pritchard can score off the bench. Al Horford can go get a bucket too. So they got 7 guys. They can go in there and get a bucket. Jayson Tatum, Aaron Nesmith, no issue right there. Aaron Nesmith's a great defender. But with Drew Holiday, Derek White, both in the corner, both great shooters. You got Al Horford up top you got to worry about. And it's really hard to stop Jayson Tatum one-on-one because he is, you know, an elite driver. When he remembers he's 6'9", he is elite downhill, and he's a load. He's tough to stop, and if you're on an island with him, I mean, good luck. Right here, you got Miles Turner switched onto him, and we'll look at this later. They do a great job of finding and attacking the mismatches. Like right here, Ben Shepherd one-on-one. I mean, he has no prayer. He gets shouldered in the face, and it's a foul on him. But Jayson Tatum, if he's on an island in the middle of the paint, go ahead and take the ball out of bounds. It's over. Blow by right there. Here he is with the screen, getting downhill, a little in and out dribble on Miles Turner, and the dunk. If you get a big out there on the perimeter, which is something I think they will do to the Mavericks, that can be trouble because the Dallas Mavericks bigs don't like guarding on the perimeter. They have 2 really good, underrated guards with Derek White, Drew Holiday. Jaylen Brown has been playing exceptionally well, the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. So is Jayson Tatum, and this is what I'm talking about right here when I say identifying matchups. Sam Hauser sitting in the corner. Got to stay up on him. They have 5 ball handlers. They can all create mismatches, but as I was saying, Sam Hauser in the corner, Al Horford on the wing. You got to stay up on them. Tatum comes to set the screen, gets TJ McConnell switched onto him, and then puts Pascal Siakam on a poster. Simple as that. Right here, not very disciplined by Obi Toppin, but Jaylen Brown really had his choice of if him or Jayson Tatum was going to knock that 3-ball down. And if Jaylen Brown's playing like this, knocking down contested threes, it's going to be tough for the Dallas Mavericks because it's going to be tough to outscore the Boston Celtics. This is a very high-powered offense, and yes, this will be the best defense that they have played all postseason long, but, I mean, they are very well equipped. P.J. Washington, Derrick Jones Jr. are the 2 wing defenders for the Mavs, and I think if it was me, I'd put P.J. on Jayson Tatum and put Derrick Jones Jr. on Jaylen Brown. You know, obviously I'm not an NBA coach, and there's a reason for that, so we'll see what Jason Kidd does, but if it were me, that's the matchups I would go with. Now, reason number 2 is they have Kristaps Porzingis. Tingus Pingus himself, huge. He's a walking mismatch at 7'2", 250 pounds, but he plays on the perimeter. Given that he's actually healthy and playing in this series, then he is the X factor. He averaged 20 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks in the regular season this year, and he played 60 games, which a big question mark coming in, and he got there. He did enough to have this Boston Celtics team in position to win 64 games. They are great without him too, which just speaks to their depth, but he shoots at 52% from the field and 38% from 3. The question for the Mavs is who's going to guard him? Because Lively and Gafford, like I said, they don't like really going out on the perimeter. Lively's better at it than Gafford, but they both like to stay in the paint. Maybe we see some more extended minutes for Maxi Kleber, who's coming back from that shoulder surgery, but I think that Tingus Pingus is the X factor here in this NBA Finals series. Now, let's take a quick break here. Make sure to like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. We're aiming for about 200 likes on today's video. I think we can get it done, so go ahead and smash that like button if you are enjoying today's video at any point. Also, hit that subscribe button. As you can see here, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed, and we're trying to get to 15K by the end of the NBA Finals, so if you could help us out with that, it'd be greatly appreciated. Reason number 3, they have some great slashers. Jaylen Brown, 23 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists on 50% shooting from the field, and we just talked about Kristaps is going to draw Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford out to the perimeter, opens it up. beautifully for JB and JT. Jaylen Brown shoots at 57% from two-point range, but only 71% from the free throw line. Not exactly great, but his buddy here, Jayson Tatum, is great at getting to the line. He averages 27 points, 8 boards, 5 assists on 47% shooting from the field. And Gafford and Lively are great interior defenders. We saw that with Ant trying to get downhill. It didn't work out for him. Cat, Naz Reid, none of them could really finish at the rim against these guys. But if Kristaps draws them out, that makes life a whole lot easier for Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And Tatum, again, he forgets he's 6'9" at times because he likes to take over 8 attempts from 3 per game, where he shoots it at about 38%. In the playoffs, though, it's been an issue, only shooting at 29% on 7 attempts, and that was even lower before the last 2 games of the Pacers series where he kind of brought it up. But ironically, even though the Stars aren't great at it, this team is built on the 3-ball. First in 3-pointers made, first in 3-pointers attempted, and second in 3-point percentage. They had 8 guys, the first team ever to have 8 guys hit 100 or more threes in a season. Tatum led the way with 229. Hauser coming up just shy of 200, as did Derek White, both with 197 and 196 respectively. Peyton Pritchard off the bench, knocking down 147 of those things. So they got 2 guys with 150 plus off the bench. Jaylen Brown hit 150 or 145. Jrue Holiday with 138. Tingus Pingus with 110. And then Al Horford also off the bench with 100. I think this could be the first team to ever have 3 guys coming off the bench to knock down 100 as well. Now, the fifth and final reason is this is one of the greatest NBA teams of all time, according to net rating. They have the number 4 net rating of all time, and the 3 teams ahead of them are the Chicago Bulls in 96, the Chicago Bulls in 97, and so basically the 2 teams that are in competition for the greatest teams of all time. You see the Bulls here, 72 games there, only dropped 3 games in the playoffs. They had the record for the most wins, led by Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, all those guys. Then they won 69 games. The following year, only dropped 4 games in the playoffs. So this team lost a total of 7 playoff games over 2 finals runs. Jordan, Pippen, Tony Kukoc this year. And then, the 2017 Warriors, which were just absolutely unfair, lost 1 game in their playoff run, led by Curry, KD, Clay, Draymond. They had Iggy. They had Sean Livingston, JaVale McGee. And then an outlier here, but the 5th best team of all time, according to net rating, is the San Antonio Spurs this year with Kawhi, LaMarcus Aldridge, Tony Parker. This team lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder in the playoffs before, that Thunder team that had the greatest team of all time based off wins. They had them down 3-1, and then they sold it. So that's, the Spurs team didn't really lose to a snooze fest. But taking a look at the matchups here, they had Jason Kidd versus Joe Mazzulla. That'll be probably the most interesting matchup of the series, deciding because these teams are pretty evenly matched, I feel like, and we'll see which coach uses his pieces better. Luka on Jrue Holiday. I love Jrue Holiday. Big Jrue Holiday guy. I don't think he really has a chance to stop Luka Doncic, who has now had 6 days to heal up. Kyrie versus Derek White. This one should be interesting. Again, love Derek White. Kyrie is that guy. Jaylen Brown, versus Derrick Jones Jr. This one will be interesting, but I think Jaylen Brown takes this one, obviously. Great player on the offensive side of the ball. Derrick Jones Jr., good defender, great role player. I think, it's tough to say. I don't even know whose role players are better. Like I said, I would start PJ on Jayson Tatum if I was Jason Kidd, but the big X factor here is if Porzingis can make them respect his 3-ball, which he shoots at 38% on the regular season, he's going to draw Gafford and Lively out. I think that's where the Celtics will win this series. It's just based off that. Yes, I think the Mavs have a deeper bench. Pritchard, Horford, Hauser, great guys off the bench. But, Josh Green, Derek Lively, Maxi Kleber, Jaden Hardy, who's really coming on. I think the Mavs have a little bit better of a bench. Although, I think this series is very evenly matched. I cannot wait. If you're excited, hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the post notifications. This is the place to be. We will be covering the NBA Finals all the way through. And with that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.